Psalms, King David.
Yeah. So now we back in the book from Babylon to Timbuktu, written by Rudolph R. Windsor, a Hebrew Israelite scholar. From I think he's from New Jersey. Yeah, he's from New Jersey, and he went to Long Branch. Now he was born in Long Branch, New Jersey, and he went to school at Temple University, I believe. But yeah, back in the book from Babylon to Timbuktu. Was it still recording? Okay. Now we're gonna go into some more information. This is page 33. And it reads, originally all Hamites and Shemites or Semites were black. Abraham was a black Shemite and a descendant of Shem. So that's one thing you need to know, that Noah and his 3 sons were all black. They all looked like each other because they was from the same father, but they was different branches of people. So this is page 90, and it reads, dealing with the Hebrews and the other African tribes that was not from the line of Shem. And it reads, the black Jews had an advantage over the African tribes. They carried their culture, history, laws, and written records with them. This assured them a constant precedent for the development of higher social organization. Because of the stability of the black Jewish culture, the Jews were not absorbed into the autochthonous population. I'm gonna jump down. In the Jewish Ghanaian state were found kings, princes, governors, generals, secretaries, treasurers, revenue agents, judges, I don't know that word. I'm not going to say that word because I can't pronounce it. Engineers, doctors, historians, language interpreters, mathematicians, jewelry sculptors, masons, carpenters, painters, of art, goldsmiths, leather workers, potters. So this is what all that the black Jews possessed being in West Africa. So get that, Psalms 105 and 23.
The book of Psalms, chapter 105, verse 23.
Now this scripture right here is going into when we was in Egypt, that we possessed the difference from them. Back in Egypt, we were 2 different type of peoples. The Israelites were shepherds, and the Egyptians, which were the Hamites, the Africans, they despised shepherds. So get that.
Israel also came into Egypt.
So Israel also came into Egypt.
And Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham.
So Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham. Keep going.
And he increased his people greatly and made them stronger than their enemies.
So we were stronger than our enemies, the Egyptians, the Africans, the Hamites. We were not the same people. Drop that and get Exodus 11 and 7. Yeah, Exodus 11 and 7. So this is the difference between the Hebrews, the black Hebrews, which I don't like to say black because it'll make it seem like it's a white Hebrews. Which, when I say black Hebrews, I'm talking about the Israelites, who were a black melanated people. So get that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 11, verse 7.
Which, by the way, there are white Hebrews. You got the Hebrew Edomites, which are the so-called white people. They are the Edomites, and they are also Hebrew, but they are not the Jews. They are not the Israelites. So get that. Exodus 11 and 7.
Verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel.
But against any of the children of Israel.
Shall not a dog move his tongue.
Right.
Against men or beasts.
Right.
That ye may know that the
Lord.
That ye may know how that the Lord doeth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
So the Most High put a difference between us, which is Israel, and the Egyptians. You see what I'm saying? So from there we're gonna go to page Let's see what I want, because this book speak about the Jews being all over the place. This is page 109. Now this speaking about the Moorish Empire. And it's saying, at this time in the land of Spain, the black Jews were persecuted, and many had fled to Morocco for refuge as a result of this persecution. The Jews of Morocco and the Moors planned to invade Spain with the assistance of Spanish Jews. In the meantime, the plot was uncovered, and the Jews of Spain suffered for their intentions. So this is speaking about the Jews that was in Spain, and they were black, you know. So from there, we're going to go to page 108. This is the page 108, and it speaks about Carthage, which it speaks about Hannibal, which he was from Carthage, and it reads, the population of Carthage was derived from Palestine, and its civilization was Hebraic in origin. Schlock is certain, after much research, that the language Hannibal spoke and in which he directed his troops was Hebrew. So the language was Hebrew. Speaking about Hannibal the Great, the chief of that went to war in the Punic Wars. He was a black man, and he was from North Africa. So that's that's more information, and you could drop that and get the book of Amos 9:7 when it speaks about the color of the Jews. It's more. Let's see what I can find, because this book goes into a lot of different reference material about the Jews. This is page 88, and it reads, between the 2nd and the 3rd century, the black Jews of Arabia continue migrating across the Red Sea to Ethiopia. The largest exodus of the Jews occurred during the persecution by the Arabs, led by Muhammad. He had said on his dying bed that he wanted Islam to be supreme throughout all of Arabia. So this man Muhammad, he stole from the Israelites, and then he tried to take our history and try to oppress us by coming up with some bootleg religion called Islam. So he was a hater. He hated the Jews, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did.
He hated us, man. Go back to drop that and get Jeremiah 3:2, because I'm gonna go back to this this one scripture. So Muhammad, this one passage. So basically Muhammad, he learned from us, and then he took our information, and then he tried to oppress us with our own form of what's the word I'm looking for? With our own form of
Doctrine.
yeah, our own form of doctrine. And then you got people like Farrakhan, who's actually knee deep into this religion, and it has nothing to do with us as a nation of people. And that's crazy. Stoney, get back here. Stoney.
Come here.
Salakia. So this is page 45.
The book of Jeremiah.
Wait, let me read this.
Okay,
This is the book of 45. And it reads, after Muhammad became a camel driver, he traveled to remote and intriguing lands. He led his caravans to Persia, Syria, and Egypt, transacting business with merchants of every kind. No parallel, man. It say, and his business trips, he met Jews, Christians, and members of other sects. He interrogated them concerning the tenets of their religion. He frequented the environment of the Jews and their rabbis, mostly because they were merchants and an omnipresent ethnic group. Because he could not read or write, his ears were attentive and kin to everything that the Jews related to him. Muhammad learned and extract much from the Jewish religion and compiled it with his new religion, Islam. So he took from us, man. He stole our doctrine, and then he later wanted to have Islam the dominant religion, also by oppressing the Jews, the Israelites. So get that again, all right?
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 2.
Come.
Lift up thy eyes unto the high place.
So lift up thy eyes to the high places.
And see where thou hast not been lying.
Come.
In the ways in the ways hast thou set from them as the Arabian.
So they set their ways as the Arabian. This is speaking about the Israelites.
In the wilderness, and that has polluted the land with whoredom and with thy wickedness.
Okay, that's it. So this is what the Israelites did with this false religion of Islam, you know. And actually I want to go back to it. This is page 45, and it reads, when Muhammad was born, many Arabs were still worshiping the sun, stars, spirits, and idols. The Arabs possessed 360 idols, one for each day of the year. So these are nothing more than idols that the Most High told us not to worship. So the Bible and the Hebraic religion or the Hebraic culture has nothing to do with Islam. It's two different religions. It's two different cultures. So from there, go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 64, just to reiterate.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64.
Come.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
So the Most High scattered our people. Keep going.
And there shall serve and there thou shalt serve other gods.
So we served other gods. This is in the latter days. This is when the Israelites broke the commandments of the Most High. Keep going.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
The wood represents Christianity, and the stone represents the cobblestone that they worship in Islam. So this is what our people did, you know, when we fell from our glory, when we decided to be like the heathen. Now drop that and get Jeremiah 10. Now this is page 126 in the same book from Babylon to Timbuktu, and it reads, at this time, many Jews became Christians out of fear. Many of them were known as secret Jews practicing Judaism in secret under the guise of Christianity. Some writers call these Jews nominal Christians, Jews who were Christians in name only but practiced Judaism in secret. So you had some Israelites that became Christians out of fear, you know. So get that.
Jeremiah 10 and what?
10 and 1.
Okay, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you.
So hear the word which the Lord speak unto you. Keep going.
O house of Israel.
O house of Israel.
Thus saith the Lord.
Right.
Learn not the way of the heathen.
So learn not the way of the heathen. Learn not the way of Islam or this false Christianity. Keep going.
And be not dismayed.
Be not dismayed.
Dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
Right, the heathen are dismayed at them. Keep going.
For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
So this is dealing with Christmas. And you got a lot of Christians who actually celebrate Christmas. And it has nothing to do with our Lord, Yahweh Shah. It's Nimrod's birthday. Keep going.
The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold.
So they deck it with silver and gold.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it will not move.
So this is what they do when it comes to Christianity, because they pay memorial to Nimrod. They put up an evergreen tree, and everybody had to give gifts under it, or they would be killed. This is in the history of Nimrod. He was born December 25th, and this religion was compiled, which is called Christianity. They took Easter, Christmas, and other pagan holidays, and they blended it into one, and they tried to fuse it with the Bible, but it has nothing to do with the Bible. And it took place in the Council of Nicaea, which is 325 AD. Keep going.
They are upright as the palm tree.
So they are upright as the palm tree.
But speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them.
Right, so be not afraid of them.
For they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good.
So they not worth anything.
For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might.
Right. So drop that and get what I want. And it speaks about how the heathen was dismayed in the signs. Get the blood moon scriptures, because that's what's the heathen dismayed at too. Go to Joel 2 and 31. I believe it's Joel 2 and 31. Let me see if I can find it.
Joel 3 and 2, 2 and 1.
Yeah, 2 and 31. I think it's Joel. Make sure it's that. Is that it?
Yeah, the sun shall be turned into darkness.
So the sun, read that. This is what the heathen is dismayed at too. Keep going.
The book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 31. The sun shall be turned into darkness.
The sun shall be turned into darkness.
And the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of the Lord come.
So this is a prophecy that's going to take place. It's going to be a blood moon. Now drop that and get the mark of the beast scripture. So the heathen is dismayed at that. Well, really, they should be dismayed at this scripture that we're finna read.
And 8.
No, it's
17.
right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, is that it?
No.
It's like 13, 16?
Yeah, the mark of the beast.
Yeah, get it. You got it? It's 13, 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
In the book of...
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 13 and 16. You can read.
And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Right.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast.
Yep, the name of the beast. Keep going.
Or the number of his name.
And the beast represents the system, because when you read the book of Daniel, it talks about the 4 beasts. Keep going.
Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
So it's 666. Now this is the RFID chip that's mentioned in the Bible, because when you look up that word there for mark in the Greek, it's charagma. So from there, get the book of you got that Leviticus that right there.
Leviticus.
When it talks about no cutting, get that, because when you put a mark in something, when you look at the word mark, it goes into scrape and insert.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 8-28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh.
So ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh
for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord God.
So you Israelites, if you receive the mark of the beast, you will be destroyed, because you're not supposed to put anything in your skin anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's going off according to our law. It's considered a sin. So read that again.
Verse 28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord.
Okay, so this is what we want to cover today in this lesson. I want to say, call halal Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And with that, Shalom.
Shalom.